Day 199 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem, and this time we're at day 199, y'all. That's right, y'all heard that right. We're one day away from being 200 days in of doing a LeetCode problem every day, y'all. I'm doing this because I want to encourage y'all to keep up with the discipline and keep up with the consistency, y'all. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take, y'all. If you don't stay disciplined, then you could just kiss your dreams goodbye. You're going to lose them. They're going to be left with somebody who stays disciplined. So that's why you need to stay disciplined, so you could stay ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, and you will be able to compound that knowledge that you're learning every day without forgetting it, and just being able to add on to something that you learned yesterday before you had the chance to forget it, y'all. So that's part of the reason why discipline is so important. That's just one of the many reasons why discipline is so important, y'all. So before we get started today, don't forget, go ahead, check the link in the description. If you need some new Apple AirPods, go get you some new Apple AirPods from the link in the description. Then after you do that, bring a mouse right over here, and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we could run up this engagement and we could push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the community to grow, and one way we could do that is to share this content out with as many people as we could find that will watch it, y'all. So your support is appreciated when it comes to that. And don't forget, y'all, Swift is the new Python, y'all, so you've come to the right place. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 167. To sum 2, input array is sorted. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry, we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand, because we're all here trying to learn something. No matter where we are on our programming journey, we want the solution to be understandable, y'all. So that's why we're going to keep the solution as easy and simple to understand as possible, so we all can feel included and we all can learn something at the end of this video. Now let's see what the question says. Question says, given a 1-index array of integers, numbers, that is already sorted in non-decreasing order, find 2 numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. Let these 2 numbers be numbers index 1 and numbers index 2, where 1 is less than index 1 and index 1 is less than index 2, and index 2 is less than or equal to numbers.length. Return the indices of the 2 numbers index 1 and index 2 added by 1 as an integer array, index 1, index 2 of length 2. The tests are generated such that there's exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. Your solution must use only constant extra space. Okay, so let's break that down. We've done some previous two-sum problems, so we can, as you can imagine, it's not that much different than those. So let's see how it's different, though. It is different, but let's see how. Let's look at the example 1 so we can see. Example 1, we have the numbers. It equals the input numbers equals an array of integers 2, 7, 11, and 15. Target equals 9. Output is 1 and 2. The explanation says the sum of 2 and 7 is 9. Therefore, index 1 equals 1 and index 2 equals 2. We return 1 and 2, right? So we are returning the indexes. We're not returning the values, y'all. So make sure you remember that as you're writing your solution. But we just want to return the indexes of the 2 elements that add up to equal the target. So in this case, the 2 elements that equal the target, which is 9. The target is 9. The 2 elements that we could add together to equal 9 are 2 and 7, right? Now, 2 and 7 is not what we return, though. We're returning the indexes of 2 and 7. Now, some of y'all might say, well, 2 is index 0. But up here it says, given a 1-index array, that lets us know we're starting, that the first index is going to be index 1. It's not going to be index 0. That's what a 1-index array means. So this will be index 1 and this will be index 2. Thus, the output being 1 and 2, because the values that we're looking for are index 1 and index 2. So 2 and 7. So Let's look at example 2, just in case that didn't make sense. We can make it make sense maybe in example 2. In example 2, we have the input numbers equals an array of integers 2, 3, and 4. The target equals 6. The output is 1 and 3. Explanation says the sum of 2 and 4 is 6. Therefore, index 1 equals 1. Index 2 equals 3. We return 1 and 3. So boom, let's go through that, right? So in this time with the target is 6, and the elements that add up to 6 are 2 and 4, right? And those elements or those values 2 and 4 are at index 1 and index 3. So that's why we return 1 and 3. And once again, it's a 1-indexed array, so that is why this is index 1 and not index 0. So we're at index 1 and index 3, and that's why the output is 1 and 3, because when we add index 1 plus index 3, we get our target, which is 6. So let's look at example 3. They try to throw some trick questions in there with some negative integers. Let's see how we're going to do this, right? So in example 3, we have the input numbers equals an array of integers -1 and 0. Target equals -1. The output is 1 and 2. The explanation says the sum of -1 and 0 is -1. Therefore, index 1 is 1, index 2 is 2. We return 1 and 2. So the target in this example, target is -1. We only have two values, -1 and -1 and 0. So when you add -1 plus 0, you're going to get -1, which is the target, which is what we want. So now we just have to see which indexes those values are at. And as you can see, as we've done before, 1-indexed array. So this is index 1, so we add index 1 plus index 2. That's going to give us our target, right? So that's why we have index 1 and index 2 in the output, or 1 and 2 in the output. So now that we understand the question, y'all know what time it is. It's time to get into the actual code, the part we all know and love, y'all. And this is not that difficult. It's not too lengthy, and it's definitely not hard to understand. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, declare a variable called dict. So we're going to create a dictionary. So we're going to say var dict equals an array. Open up the square brackets. We're going to say int : int, right? So we're going to have a dictionary of integers. We're going to initialize it like that with some parentheses right there. Then we're going to say for I in 0 up to numbers.count. Boom. What we are going to do, the numbers is coming from right here. So numbers.count, however many elements are in numbers, that's the dot count. Then we're going to come right here, we're going to say dict, open up the square brackets, numbers, square brackets, I equals I. Boom. So then after that, we're just going to come underneath that for loop, and we're going to say for I in 0 up to numbers.count again. This time, what we are going to do is we are going to say if let j equals dict, square brackets, target minus numbers I. So we're working backwards here, right? We're working with the target minus numbers I. That's going to let us know what we're looking for. That's why it's a if let j equals that. So if j equals target minus numbers of I, right? That's how we're working backwards to see j. It's not always going to equal j, but if it does equal j, then what we are going to do is we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say return, open up the square brackets, I plus 1, comma, j plus 1. And then after that, just going to come down here, and we are going to say return. We're just going to return a blank array. So let's see. Let's run it. See what happens. Ooh, we got a compile error. So what happened up here? This should be an S. Sorry, y'all. It should be an S after numbers. Let's run it again. Let's run it again, and it's accepted. So let's submit it. Let's submit it. See what happens after we submit it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, look at that, y'all. 1 millisecond beat 31.12% of users with Swift. Not too bad. We could get those numbers up, but if you've been following this channel, you already know we're not worried about the numbers right now in our programming journey. We just want to be able to write the code or write the solution and understand the solution after we've written it so that we can apply some of that knowledge on future solutions, y'all. So get one more look at the code, y'all. Get one more look at the code. I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.